All right. So I guess I'll start out my story in high school. Pretty much, actually, it can go back like even earlier. I've always kind of been an anxious person, but I guess that didn't get like amplified until what was it like sophomore year of high school. I it went from being like anxious about like schoolwork and things like that, then I would correlate schoolwork to like my future. So whenever I would like have to take more difficult like AP courses or like honors courses in high school, I would take them, but I would get like so hyped up over like the exams because I would think I'm not going to be able to get into college if I don't get like X on an exam, which is kind of like a destructive behavior to have, and I would kind of have those thoughts like repetitively. Like pretty much every day whenever I would wake up, I would be like, well, you have to do like so well on this and this, and you have to do all these extracurricular activities so you can get into college. And then I got into school here, but then like the habit kind of continued. So even now, I'm kind of still dealing with that. I put like so much emphasis on certain things and certain subjects, and it's kind of like a if I'm thinking in my mind that I have to get a certain, score on something, I generally get the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Just because it's like this constant obsession almost over like what you need in that class, and you spend more time thinking about what you like need than like actually studying or doing anything else. But yeah, whenever that had happened in high school, I had to be like medicated. It was so bad. Yeah, and it was like I would get panic attacks every day, and I would have to take like Xanax to like calm down. But yeah, it's kind of something that I've struggled with, and I'm still like struggling with it now. And I feel like the only way that I'm really going to be able to like overcome it is, if I figure out just like coping strategies.
Yeah. Do you feel like you like were pressured a lot in high school to like do a lot of extracurricular activities and like doing a lot of studying for school and stuff like that?
Not so much by my parents, because my parents were always like, well, you can only do your best. But I think in my mind, it might have been something to do with my brother, because my brother constantly just got like, he had like a 4.2 in high school because he took like all these honors classes and things, and I had like a 3.8 or something, but I was constantly feeling like I had to like catch up with him. But also like I think like the school I was in was super competitive, and they kept telling you like you have to have this GPA and like this ACT score to get into like a decent school. So I think I just felt the pressure that way, but it was never like my parents or my friends or anyone. It was more just like me putting the pressure on myself, which is kind of weird because normally it's like something prompts it, but it was mainly just, I think, like me wanting to succeed. But it's kind of like a self-destructive behavior to do, and especially like around this time of year when you have like finals, and obviously you have big exams in college, which like makes it even harder.
Yeah, definitely.
But like these finals are like super, super stressful just because of that, like stressful on top of stress. It's just like, it's a lot.
What finals do you have to take this semester?
I have to take a chemistry, a biology, a psych, and then I have like this one. So it's not like too bad, and the classes I'm taking aren't super hard or anything. Like they're manageable. But the thing is, I'll like do the same thing. I'll like hype it up in my mind, and like instead of like studying, I'll just be like freaking out over it. So I'm really, really hoping that that doesn't happen like this go round.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have you tried to do any like soothing activities to kind of ease your mind from it all?
Not necessarily, really. I just talk to my family, and that helps a lot. But they're always like, well, all you can do is your best. And I, like, realize that, but then at the same point, like, my best isn't good enough.
Yeah.
So then I don't know what to do at that point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Did you ever, like, have, like, friends that you turn to, like, talk about any of this?
Yeah, but I think they don't have the course load that I have. So one of them of my like really good friends is like an art major, so it's like
totally
he
different.
can't really relate to that as much. And a bunch of like my other friends are taking like gen eds.
Oh, okay.
But they also, I don't think, have like the same mentality that I do. So it's kind of hard for them to empathize. Because they'll just say like, just relax, take a shower, go to sleep or something, and it's like, well, that like doesn't help because it's just this constant like thought.
Yeah, definitely. You said you started this like your sophomore year of high school?
Yeah, well, I was like diagnosed with an anxiety disorder in middle school. But then it didn't because in middle school, like I was still stressed about things, but it wasn't nearly as bad as like then it got into high school because I knew that would like predict my like future and like what college I got into. So, yeah.
Did you Sorry, hold on, I have to think.
Yeah, go for
a second. Oh, did you get like I don't know, like I don't want to come off harsh or anything, but like because of your anxiety and your stress and everything, did you ever get like bullied in a way or like treated differently in your classes?
No, not really. Well, I guess like during the summer I had like these weird experiences whenever I would have panic attacks. It would like almost feel like I was like detached from myself. It was a really weird feeling. And like for the first like month when I just like kept having them consistently, I couldn't go to school. So I like stayed home during the first like month and a half of school. And then whenever I went back, it was kind of weird because people like thought I had died definitely. Or had cancer. And I was like, no, like not that, but it's hard to explain to them why I wasn't there. So, I mean, that was really the only other issue because I never really told anyone.
Do you feel like you're more comfortable with it now than you were before?
Yeah, I mean, I think talking about it, I'm more comfortable with it. And, like, all my friends who I have, like, know, which I think is different than it was before. But, yeah, I mean, it's still, like, something that I have to, like, learn to cope with and deal with. And it's just, like, a lot to deal with.
Yeah. How do you go about it, like, on an everyday basis? Like,
It really doesn't, like, flare up that much until I have, like, a big exam. And then I, like, do the same thing where I'm, like, oh, I need to study for, like, this amount of hours. So I'll study for, like, 8 hours one day and, like, 4 hours the next. But then, like, by the time I get, like, the exam in front of me, I, like, freak out. And I'm, like, I don't think I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Like, and I can't do anything about it at that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so with, like, exams coming up, you're probably, like, super nervous right now.
Yeah.
What grade are you again in college?
I'm a sophomore.
A sophomore, so you still have a few more years to go.
Yeah, and, like, after that, well, the thing is, because I want to, like, go to, like, future schools, like, schooling past undergrad, it's hard for them to see you as anything, like, other than a statistic, because that's pretty much all they can base you off of. So basically, like, if I don't get, like, these certain grades, I won't have a chance of, like, doing what I want to do in the future. And that's honestly, like, the most terrifying thing for me of, like, envisioning how life's going to be later and, all the things you can accomplish and then realizing, like, the things that I'm doing right now could lead me not to do that is, like, really, really scary.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What kind of, like, other schools are you, like, thinking about applying to?
Right now, I'm thinking about going to, like, a PA school, so physician's assistant. It's a master's program, so it's, like, 2 years out of your undergrad, and then I originally wanted to go to med school, but I think before I would go to med school, I would need to do that because my grades aren't what they need to be, so if I did a master's program and I was, like, truly unfulfilled with, that profession, then I could be, like, take whatever classes I need to supplement to apply for the prerequisites for med school, and then hopefully I'd be able to get in because they would see, like, that I, had tried and was willing to work.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'll see how that plays out, but I know definitely I'll be going into, like, PA school with the master's program, and they want, like, a 3.0 in your science classes, and, like, the science classes that I've taken, like, thus far haven't gone, like, great. Yeah. They're going better now, but they haven't gone great in the past, and I'm trying to, like,
So does that make you like super nervous, like
Yeah.
knowing that it's
Yeah, and it's like just this like constant thought, like if I don't do well in like
Mhm.
this, then like you're not going to be able to accomplish all
Yeah,
the things
yeah.
that you like think in your head.
Yeah, definitely. Is it like pretty popular in your family for like science majors?
No,
Oh, okay.
not really. I mean, my mom's a stay-at-home mom. My brother's doing environmental science
Okay.
at OSU, and my dad works at like a chemical engineering plant. So it's not like
Okay.
something that it's like been forced on me.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that kind of takes a little bit of weight off your shoulders.
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah, I just don't know where I came up with these like ideas of what I
Yeah,
wanted. Like it'd
yeah.
be so much easier to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
be something
definitely.
else, but
Yeah. Well, I think it would be super hard if you like were in a family that everything was like about science, and then you
Yeah,
kind
it
of got
would be.
pressured into it, because that would just
yeah,
add more onto having the whole stress and anxiety already.
right,
That having it build even more would be crazy.
right.
So
Should we do? Okay, was that 10?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
You're done.
Why are they knocking on our thing?